Why do the weirdest things always happen with this stupid mob farm? Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the Let's Play series. This is episode 14. I'm down in where the giant ore vein I found the other day was when we were caving. And just about to a lot here. 4 sacks going on 5. And found some diamonds in the walls as well. But yeah, that stupid mob farm. I mean, I guess there was always going to be a couple issues with it, but glow squids was not something I had in mind. I ended up lighting the one area that I saw him in, that's the glow squid in, but I feel like he might have also spawned in the water streams that lead the spiders to the middle, so I might need to start doing something to, you know, do that as well. Maybe magma blocks could work? Those, have a little bit of a light level to them. That could be more than enough to stop them from spawning, on the water streams, while still not preventing other mobs from spawning. Because spawners themselves require a light level of 7 in order to be able to make any mobs, whereas... Or no, not, sorry. All mobs require a light level of 0 in order to spawn, right? But the glow squids also spawn at light level 0. So we need to make it sure that any light that we put down doesn't bleed up to where the spawner's location is, right? So I think magma blocks are a way of doing that, but I'll have to find some in order to be able to test it. There we go. 41 blocks so far. That's a lot of iron. And also a lot of other blocks. Between episodes, I also got this thing. I didn't record when I got this, but yeah, we have a silk touch pickaxe now, which is great. Because now we can get stuff like ice and grass and stuff. That'll be really fun to use. I really want to build like a giant ice cube factory. Kind of inspired by Ethos Lab's old ice cube that he used to use. That I think got broken because ice now requires just full visibility of the sky. But I kind of like that idea, and I want to try and remake it in the modern version of Minecraft, or at least, you know, something like that. Because we have Silk Touch, having a lot of ice will be nice to be able to have basically stackable water. You know, I was giving this ore vein trouble for not being big enough, but it's pretty decently sized. I feel like I'm starting to get lost as to where I am. I think I just kept hitting dead ends early. Nope, this might be another one. Nope, there's more iron. There's more. Okay. Oh boy. This is a nice way of just getting a bunch of tuff, though, which I'm really glad about. It's a really nice looking block, so more of it, the happier I am. Dang it! Hey, kill the skeleton for me, though. Oh! What? And don't mind if I do. I really should have brought some chests. Oh my goodness. It's a lot of blocks. Oh boy. Okay, you know what? I'm going home. This is far too much stuff. I can't even, like, make it out. I think this is the exit. Yes. Oh my goodness. I think I'm gonna need to make a tough chest soon. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Definitely need some, like, more bulk storage, though. Like, I was talking about how this wasn't gonna be enough, but I mean, yeah, it's not enough. This is... We're already running into issues. I thought it was gonna be like a couple episodes from now. No, it's today. I brought the anvil downstairs because I thought I was gonna mine for long enough to the point where I had to repair this fortune with this efficiency pickaxe, but that never ended up happening. So, whatever. Yeah, I thought that we could put full blocks of iron into the smelters here, but I guess that might have been an ore thing or a modded thing, so that didn't end up working. But it's okay. We'll just cook them the old-fashioned way. Worm mode. If you hold shift on magma blocks, they don't actually hurt you. Important fact to know. You can still drown though. Watch out. You know what? Caving with this might actually be pretty good. You just keep one in your inventory, like on your hotbar at all times, and then you just refresh on air. Whew. Pretty good. Maybe new meta. maybe there is some kind of credence to using meta blocks in caving. Like, actually got me a decent chunk of lapis and some more ores. Like, I didn't even like get down a deep slate or anything, so that wasn't like a really good cave, but it paid off a lot more than I thought it would. Cons of it is that you need to have a good sense of direction or else you're probably gonna get lost. Ooh. Okay. Hold on. Hold the phone. So fun fact, a thing you can do, all tools, pickaxes, shovels, and axes share enchantments, like the enchantment pool. So, if you see that you have a good enchantment on a tool like Fortune 3, chances are the pick might also have it. So, I did turn all of my lapis into blocks, that's true. But here we go. Just a fortune efficiency 4, which is fine. I mean, we can combine these two and instantly make a really good pickaxe, but I'm actually just gonna save this here for now. If we ever get like just a regular or unbreaking like this, yeah, I'll make another pickaxe. We can just slap that with an efficiency and it'll probably do good. I want to try something out. I used to be able to do this thing where magma blocks like kept the highest light level that was nearest to them. So as you can see right now, they're giving out a light level of 2. So anything around it is a 2, and right next to it is a 1, which is perfect. That will be perfect for the water streams. But I want to see if we place a torch on top of it. No, yeah. I don't know. I could have sworn that they used to be able to like keep the highest light level that was around them. That might have been a bug that got fixed though. I don't know. Anyway, I've been trying to desperately cook up more ores in order to get just a little bit more experience so that we can enchant. There we go. The other pickaxe that we just crafted. Oh. You know, I will say one thing. It is a little bit addictive. Just gambling for the good enchantments. Okay. So that we can combine with this in order to get an efficiency 3 unbreak, or efficiency 3 unbreaking 3 efficiency what did I just say? Fortune 3, efficiency 5, and unbreaking 3. We can combine these two together in order to make that kind of pickaxe. So, I'm probably just gonna use this as a pickaxe for now. I think no, I want to keep this on me. Yeah. Um, yeah, I can just like use both of these now, interchangeably. And then we'll be able to get a good enough pickaxe for both of these. It's nice having a backup Fortune 3 pickaxe. That's my main um thing that I'm happy about here. Okay, so now that we have a little bit of a killing chamber here, or at least we're bringing all of our spiders up to a single point, I want to try and make something that might seem a little bit weird, but as you see, it takes a little bit of time to be able to kill all the spiders in there, like a couple swings, like, 3, 4. So what I want to try and do is maybe suffocate the spiders as they're sort of in this area, in order to bring them down to a one-hit kill, which will then we'll be able to swing our sword once, and then be able to get all the contribution for that mob, without having to swing it a bunch of times in a row. So what we're gonna do. Over in this area that no slimes ever spawn in, even though I did get 2 just now. It was a big slime and it gave me 2 balls. It was very sad. I want to use this area to try and just design the that crushing thing itself. Now, I know fairly little about redstone. Like, I kind of understand the gist of it. I kind of understand mostly what it does, but I don't really understand a lot of it fully. So I think a lot of this is going to be me just trying to play around with, I didn't make this sticky, a lot of just things to try and figure out what would make this sort of thing work. You used to do this very often, I feel like, in older Minecraft versions. You would bring up a bunch of mobs into one area, and then they'd get crushed or something down to a one-hit kill, and then you'd be able to kill them with a splash potion of healing or harming, depending on if they were an undead mob or a non-undead mob. But you don't really do that too much anymore. I think mostly because there's a mob cramming rule that kind of prevents stuff like that from happening. So, yeah. I do know that it's probably just going to start out with a button press. I want to make it a button press into sort of a timer. Now, we had a timer sort of thing with our thing. What was it again? A TNT launcher. We had a timer with our TNT launcher, right? But that wasn't like really a timer. It was just sort of like a bunch of delayed repeaters going into a block that then, caused it to work. Which we could do that, but then it'll still only get extended for the 4 ticks that it was here, right? So this makes it extend for this long. If we put the button here, I think it's still going to extend for the same amount of time. Yeah. So we need to be able to, I guess, kind of continuously power this repeater, or at least this area before it completely gets shut off. First idea that comes to mind right away is maybe something like 2 lines adjacent to each other like this. And so what might happen is this repeater powers this entire line, like of everything. And then after that ends, this turns on, and after that ends, this turns on, yada yada. That I don't think this might work though. It seems like it's staying on forever. Wait a second. Huh. Okay, so this doesn't work. I guess if you just power a repeater like this, it just stays on forever. I didn't know that. I know that you can make a repeater burn itself out, but I don't know how that works. Okay. That idea doesn't work. I think maybe we make it go into blocks? Like this? Maybe? No, this still gets powered. This feels like it's not gonna work. No. Those are just that's just the same thing over and around. I know you can, if you put a block of redstone, this is basically counts as a torch that you can just kind of move around. So maybe kind of making an inverse circuit here by putting down stone bricks, powering this, that then gets extended by, okay, that's sad, by dust and repeaters? No, this is gonna run into the same issue. Yeah, it only gets extended for a short amount of time. I feel like there's something here you can do by powering a block, like a redstone block like this. What does that do? Not much of anything. Do I need a repeater into it? No. Do I need a repeater out of it? Oh! 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 Wait, that kept the block here. I need a repeater out for this to work? I do. Oh, interesting. Oh, and that retracts it as well. Oh, interesting. Because otherwise, if you just have this, like, not be going through the piston there, it will extend it for the full duration. I guess that makes it, like, extend for a tick, like a redstone tick? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. That's good to know. That's good information. I feel like I just saw that once. There's like torches like this or something. I don't know if this will work. I don't know if this will work. This seems stupid. What am I doing here? Like this? And then what? This is on the entire time. I feel like this is stupid. But I also feel like this is something that could work. So if I press this, what happens? that one turns on, then that one turns off, and that one turns off. And then they all start turning back on. So that stays on. Wait, no. That turns off once every single torch is off. I mean, that's interesting. That's interesting. I don't know if that'll help me. Because it's only staying off for, again, 4 ticks, I think. Because this thing turns on as soon as the other two do. What if I delay these things? Does this help at all? Not really. I mean, that is cool. It's good to know. Maybe it's better to, like, send a signal to the area that... Wait, maybe we could use the piston thing here. Like that. Since that'll put the block in for a set amount of time. Like, it'll forcibly shove the block into here, right? And then we could maybe make this do it again. Like, this could be delayed like this. Again, going into the same block. Oh, wait, I could just make it go into the same block. That might be better. Since it only works if there's a repeater into it, right? So if I do something like this, and then it pulls back, maybe? I feel like that's a really inefficient way of making a timer, but this actually works, right? Because if I set this all to 1, well, that doesn't work now. It doesn't work now because this is still extended, right? So I can't reliably use the same extension. You'd either have to use a different block of it, like this. Oh, that's a very long... Well, it doesn't actually matter, right? Because this is going to be powered for 1 tick anyway. So if we do this, it'll go like that. And then if we just make it a lot shorter... It does that instantly. I guess because it's a much shorter timer, right? Yeah, interesting. So, the problem with this is that we would have to snake the timer, like, for a very long time in order to crush them for a specific amount of time. I mean, this is progress. This is progress, right? This works, or starts working. This just requires, like, a lot of repeaters. Like, a lot of repeaters. Why is it not doing it correctly? Oh, because this is being... Does this one need to stay on a right delay? Oh, wait, no, I made this longer. Oh. Yeah, that one needs to stay at this, just a 1 tick delay. Yeah, interesting. I mean, it's progress. Is there an other way to do a timer? Kind of pulses and then breaks. Oh. So that's like, that is a timer, but it's a very repeating timer. It's not a very long extended timer. If I just push a button to it normally, does it do the same thing? No, you have to make it a 1 tick timer thing. Interesting. How do you break it? How do you make it stop? Well, that's basically the same thing. Oh, and then it burns itself out. What? It's off. Oh, and it turns back on. That's really weird. That doesn't help me, though. I don't think so. That does permapower a thing for a while, though. It does not permanently power a thing for a while, actually. Kind of just playing around with redstone now, I'm not gonna lie. So this, I guess, is an AND gate. If I were to put it into circuitry terms, where there has to be, all three of these torches have to be turned off in order for the top one to be turned off. And then if any one of them is turned on, then all of them, then the top one gets turned on. Can I make an OR gate where there has to be only one input? Or I guess that would be XOR, right? I never did circuitry too well in school. How would I even do that? I kind of know you can, if you put like power into a repeater, it gets on the side. Yeah, it does something like that. Is that locks it? Okay. So now you can't send any more power through here. But as soon as this gets turned off, it allows power immediately. Interesting. What if I put two signals into a redstone torch? Nothing happens? Okay. It's kind of an AND gate too. All of these have to be off in order for the torch to be lit. So I'm feeling like the system is there that if there is one redstone signal being sent out, then this has to be turned on. But if there's two, this has to be turned off somehow. Right? That's how that kind of gate would work. Made another AND gate. I can make AND gates pretty easily. Well, then I suppose this has to affect this side somehow, right? Like, if one of them gets turned on, it has to affect the other side as well. What if I make two AND gates? Like, this means that one or both are on. This means that both are on. Or, I guess... This means that both are on. This means that neither or one of them are on. Wait, but that keeps it on. Oh. That doesn't work. Oh. Well, this kind of works. So, huh. So if both of these are off, then I can flick one of them to send power over to there. But if both of them are on, suddenly the middle path turns on and pushes this block away, which breaks this circuit. which kind of works. I feel like you could definitely compact this a little bit more, but this probably works on both sides then, right? As long as you power one, the power goes through to the inside. But if you power both, then there's nowhere for the redstone signal to pass through on either side, which breaks it. Right? Hold on, I need to make another piston. So if I have one up, if I turn one side on, that spruce block's gonna extend. But if I have both on, then it's gonna unextend. Right? That works. That's an OR gate. Or an XOR gate. I don't remember. Yeah, this is an XOR gate. Okay. This feels very not condensed. I don't think this is how XOR gates are used nowadays. This didn't have anything to do with the crusher. I don't need an XOR gate for the crusher. I think I just need a really long timer. I need a lot of repeaters in order to make a timer long enough for what I want to do, which is a little bit unfortunate. Interesting. Wait, is this just the other thing? Like the other like self-exhausting timer. But this one just requires a torch and some and some redstone. Okay. So, what's going on with things like this is that it's taking this power from here and then just redirecting it back to the start, which just keeps the repeater on forever because it's never technically running out of power. I don't know. I'm trying to look over to here where it's like it's saying some information about the block, but I don't see anything like I don't see anything like changes that. Weird. I think I need an extra repeater here. Wait, but it didn't used to do that. It was different now. Well, no, I made this longer. Wait, hold. Does this count? What? Why does that make it different? Oh, I can't make it too long or else it starts looping? No. Because, okay. So, what's happening if it's doing it like this is that this is still sending a pulse to both sides. It's just this side doesn't care about it because these repeaters are still lit up. This repeater is still up by the time that this is, or at least one of these repeaters is still up by the time that this pulses again, right? Yeah. And so that doesn't get reintegrated into the circuit. But if this is longer, this one stops being powered and then sends the signal from this like 1 tick usage over to this side again, and then it just loops because this no longer has power in it, so it can accept power that can send power back through. Also, why did it do that? I don't know why it did that. So you can't make it too long of a thing or else it'll stop working. Does this mean that I don't have to have a repeater in here? Or do I still have to have a repeater? I see the redstone turn on, but it doesn't actually affect the piston at all. What? So, do you need to have a repeater at the end only to, like, make the signal actually work? For the piston, I guess? Okay, so you don't... This doesn't get powered only by a repeater. It's just that the signal length is so short. Yeah, you can see it blink on right here. It's just so short it doesn't actually affect pistons, but it does get put into repeaters. That's why this won't work. Is that this is getting, unless I put a repeater into it like this, right? If we put a repeater into it like this, then it doesn't matter how long the signal is. I don't have any more stone. It doesn't matter if this ends up getting longer than anything. The redstone signal can't pass through this repeater backwards. So now, even if we have the extra long signal, it's not going to trigger twice. It's only going to trigger the once. Yeah. Okay. Weird. But good to know, also still. Okay, this episode is getting a bit long. I didn't realize just how much time I would spend tinkering around with redstone concepts. Like, I've watched YouTubers like Ethos Lab, and Tango Tech and Impulse, and, you know, a lot of redstoners. I've seen a lot of, like, tutorials and stuff, like how to build, you know, redstone builds and whatever. I think I made a 2x2 door at one point using a redstone tutorial, but on like a server, but I never like really truly understood how redstone like works. Like, it's one thing to look at a video of someone kind of explaining how it, you know, how the redstone, you know, the circuitry is going and how it's like using specific items and specific techniques in order to, you know, make the circuit like be complete. Like that's a one thing. But being able to literally build it in Minecraft and understand how the block mechanics work, that's a completely different story. And I mean, this was a pretty good, you know, lesson of just learning how to use something at like redstone in order to make this you know, things happen. It's an intersection between programming and circuitry, which I did circuitry in high school for like a year, but I never actually listened because there's a lot of things going on during that year, so I never, like, I couldn't pay attention, and so I never ended up like learning too much. But yeah, I kind of understood AND gates and, you know, OR gates and XOR gates, kind of, a little bit. But yeah, this was a really informative experience, and there's going to be a lot of things here that I'm going to be taking into account, trying to learn, such as this not working either. Grr. But I'm proud of this. I'm proud of the XOR gate. This I basically just slapped together. This is actual like logic that's working with redstone. I'm so happy about this. Oh goodness. I hope I can like improve on this eventually at some point because this is a little bit large. But anyway, that's gonna be it for today. I hope you guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Take care and bye bye.